beauties, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't shown my face in so long, and then when I do, I come on here looking crusty, but the Goody Crew has always been so supportive despite how I look, so thank you for that. If you are not a part of the Goody Crew, please go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can be in on all of the tips and tricks and delicious recipes. If you are not a part of the Goody Crew, you're missing out because you're missing all these delicious recipes that we eat together. Go ahead. Click the subscribe button. You're not going to regret it. But anyway, today we are going to eat good and we are going to look good. I have some delicious recipes that I plan to share with you. The dessert, you are definitely not going to want to miss. The dessert, I can taste it already. So yes, I'm excited. I have some faux locks that I bought off of Amazon. So I'm going to put it in myself. I also got some nails that I'm about to put on. You know, it's gonna look cute. So let's go. I'm excited. See you guys at coffee. Go get your cup. Let's go get some coffee. While I sip on my coffee, I have to figure out what nails I'm going to put on. As you know, we're still practicing social distancing and I'm not comfortable having anyone do my nails at this point. So this is what I'm going to do. Thankfully, I was considering the options of doing my nails at home before this all happened. So I had these $5 nails. I got them from Five Below. So I've had these. And the bright neon ones, I got them from Walmart. So you guys tell me below which ones you think I should choose to wear for Mother's Day. Should I choose the orange, this one right here, or should I go with the designs, or the pink, or a more conservative look with a little pearls on it? Let me know what you guys think. Now let's look at the hair that I was telling you about from Amazon. So they came with these crochet needles and hair accessories, and it came with 6 packs of these goddess locks. It's more than enough hair. I know I'm not going to use all of it, but I just wanted to show you how beautiful the hair is, and it's a brighter color than I'm used to, but these are the goddess locks. So now I'm going to wash my hair and then braid it down, and I will see you back at my first meal of the day. As I mentioned before, I'm intermittent fasting, and I do it on a 16-8 schedule. So I fast for 16 hours, and then I have an 8-hour window in which I eat. So I'm going to open my eating window with these boiled eggs and a cheese stick. It looks trivial, but it's filling and it meets my macros. So I'm putting some sriracha on it to spice it up, and I have some delicious food that I'm going to be eating later. So this, you know, simple meal to open up my window is fine for me, and it actually tastes really good with the sriracha. So this is our first meal of the day, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so my fake me day, because the kids are still here and it's not all about me, but I'm trying to make it about me, is going quite well. My hair has been washed and my braid pattern for my braids is all braided down. I'm gonna be doing my nails and everything, getting cute as we discussed, but you've seen what I've eaten so far for the day with my intermittent fasting. So we're going to go ahead now and prepare dinner and dessert. Dinner is going to be one of the requested items from a member of the Goody Crew. So I'm gonna make some jerk pork, and then we're also going to make a delicious dessert. As I told you, I'm using an unlikely suspect and what we Jamaicans call chocho, 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 chow chow, chocho, yeah. On the packages, they call them chayote. We're going to be using that to make a keto caramel coconut apple crisp. And it sounds as good. Well, it tastes as good as it sounds. So you don't want to miss that. So let's go back to the kitchen and get cooking. Get your notepad, get your pots out, and let's go cook. So here is our pork. You won't believe how simple and easy it is to make this. So of course I'm going to season it with my green seasoning. I'm going to link the recipe above for that, but I'm just going to add some of that green seasoning to my pork, and along with that I'm going to add some jerk marinade and that Badia all-purpose seasoning. That's it. That's really it. If you enjoy a little more salt on your pork, you can add salt, but I'm not going to be adding any additional salt because that jerk seasoning actually has salt in it, and I learned that the hard way. So maybe taste the jerk seasoning before you season your meat. Don't touch the meat first and then the jerk seasoning. Taste the jerk seasoning with a clean spoon. I don't know why I feel the need to explain that. Yeah, so season your meat and let the spirit of your ancestors guide you as to how much you should use. My rule is just to make sure everything is evenly coated. That's what I follow in my head. And yeah, I'm going to massage the seasoning in and make sure, everything gets the same amount of love and tender loving care. And I'm going to add some liquid smoke to this, and that's going to give it like a flavor like you did it on the grill. If you have not used this before, maybe use less because maybe you might want to get used to the taste. But I love it. It definitely tastes like I cooked it on the grill, especially with the method of how I cook it. So I used here about 2 to 3 teaspoons of that liquid smoke, and I'm going to massage that in just like how I did the other seasonings. And then I'm going to let this sit and marinate for minimum an hour in the fridge, or the longer the better. This time around, I marinated them for about an hour. So now that they're well marinated, I'm going to add them to my very hot cast iron skillet. And they're not very thick, so they're not going to take very long to cook. So I don't have to worry about my pan being too hot. I'm going for an almost burnt on the outside coating, and then the inside is really juicy. So I'm going to let them sit on each side for about 7 minutes each, and you're going to see it's going to have a beautiful crisp on the outer edges and on each side. And then I'm going to flip it now that they look like they're ready. You see that there, those little dark marks? That's where heaven is. Heaven is right there. No, seriously, it tastes so good. You don't want them undercooked. You want a crispy outside and the inside is juicy. And I can't even explain to you how my kitchen smells right now. It smells so good. But yeah, now that that's cooking, we're going to go on now and start preparing our dessert. So remember, I mentioned to you that we're going to be using the chocho, and I'm peeling it here and prepping it to make our keto low carb caramel coconut apple crisp. And guys, you don't want to skip out on this recipe. You need to try it. I can't explain to you how good it is. But yeah, these vegetables here, they're not hard to prep. Just make sure you cut out these seeds. You can use a little spoon like I did here. Then you cut them in half. And you can boil it first and then cut it up, or you can cut them up first and then boil them. I prefer to cut them up to speed up my cooking process and make sure that the vegetable gets to that apple pie consistency. You don't want to undercook it because then it's not going to absorb the flavor of the seasoning that you're putting on it to make it taste like an apple. So I'm going to cut them up first, and then I'm going to boil them after cutting them up in these, apple slice looking pieces. So there we have it. So now this is what you're going for. And then I'm going to add them to boiling hot water using my strainer spoon. And I'm just going to boil them for about minimum 20 minutes. And you can keep checking them with a fork just to make sure that you're not undercooking them. Overcooking them, I don't think would be much of a problem, but undercooking them will, because then you're not going to get that flavor and that consistency, that texture that we're trying to mimic from apples. While our chocho boils, we're going to prepare our apple crisp topping. So I'm going to add half a cup of almond flour, and to that I'm going to measure out half a cup of walnuts and add that to our mix. And you know, those are low carb nuts that are safe to use on our keto diet. And then I'm going to show you here the macros just to prove to you I'm not using any high carb items. Next, I'm going to add about a quarter cup of Swerve, the granular kind. Then I'm going to add a quarter cup of melted butter. You guys know I love ghee. You can use any type of butter that you prefer to use. I'm also going to add some caramel Tarani syrup, and that's going to add that caramel flavor. That's about a tablespoon there. And then we're going to blend it all up, and that's going to make our apple crisp topping. I'm just going to add one more thing to up the flavor. You guys know I love some coconuts, and they're safe to eat on our keto journey. So what I like to use is this unsweetened coconut flakes that I got from Walmart. I'm going to show them here, the organic kind. And I'm going to use here about 2 tablespoons in that apple crisp topping mix. And I'm going to check now on our chocho just to make sure that they're cooking the way we want them to. And the way I test it is I stick my fork through it. If it goes through, no problem. If they break easily like that, just very softly on the side of the pot, I know they're ready. But if I have to struggle with them and they still feel firm, I let them boil a little longer. And this took about a little over 20 minutes to get to this consistency. So now we're going to strain them out and let them cool so we can cut them up a little bit more, and we'll be well on our way to make our keto coconut caramel apple crisp. I'm having fun saying that. It's a very long title, but I'm telling you, it tastes really good, and I'm getting so excited to finally get to it. So now we're going to cut them up, as you can see here, into these little bite-sized pieces. Now that they're cooled down, do not attempt to do this while they're hot. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, sis. Don't burn yourself. Now I'm going to add a quarter cup of that brown sugar Swerve. Then I'm going to add a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, and then a quarter teaspoon of allspice. And I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of cinnamon. And to that, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of cream of tartar. And I'm also going to add a quarter teaspoon of xanthan gum. And last, I'm going to add about half of a lemon, the juice of half of a lemon, and that is going to make the perfect apple pie base there. And the xanthan gum and the cream of tartar is going to give us that ooey gooey texture that we get from apple pie filling. So here goes the juice of half of a lemon that we're adding here. And then we're going to mix this all up. Oops, I dropped a seed there. I'm going to take that seed out. And then we're going to go ahead and mix this all up just to make sure the chocho is taking on all of these flavors. Now, this here, this apple pie flavoring, I'm going to link it below so you can order it from Amazon. It has the perfect apple pie flavor without the sugar. It's just the flavoring. And I use about 2 teaspoons of that. And let me tell you, you're not going to know that these aren't apples if you season these chocho pieces right. So follow that recipe and you can't go wrong. So I sprayed my my spray butter on the pan that I got from my massive keto grocery haul. I'll link it above. And then I'm just going to spread this mixture around evenly just to make sure that everything is spread out enough to cook at the same temperature and in the same way. Then we're going to add our apple crisp topping on top of those chocho pieces that have now become apples. They're apples. We're not even going to call them chocho anymore. We're going to call them apples because that's exactly what they taste like. So spread your apple crisp topping evenly. Make sure there's an even amount on each corner of the pan. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about 350 degrees until the top gets brown. So our meat is cooked, of course, and this is the dinner. So I have our jerk pork on the plate. I also made some cauliflower mash. The recipe for that is in my jerk chicken video. And I also made some spicy coleslaw mix. If you want the recipe for that, comment below and I got you. So let's eat this and I'll see you at dessert. So dinner was finger looking good, and I am excited to close my eating window with this coconut caramel apple crisp. You can see that my topping is just perfectly browned. If you like a crispier topping, you can leave it in the oven for a little bit more than about 20 minutes at 350, but this is perfect for me, and I am going to do something a little extra. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar-free syrup on top. You don't have to do this. This is totally optional. I just thought, hey, let's do that. It's not necessary, but yeah, let's dig in. Okay guys, so I just wanted to come back to close out the vlog and show you how my hair turned out. This is the end result. And yes, I ended up choosing the orange nails. Why? Because I usually go for a conservative look, and I was, feeling, I usually say feeling frisky. I was feeling bold, so I wanted a bright color, and I wanted to go with bright colored nails. So I went with the, what do you call this? Tangerine orange. That's Caleb playing his little piano in the background there. But yeah, my me day went really well. I stayed within my macros. I stayed keto. Dinner was delicious. And now we're about to grub on the dessert that we made, and that has been cooling down. So I just wanted to show my face before we close out, show how my me day ended, and let's go eat that dessert. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for any recipes that you think I should try, hit me down below and click that like button. It really helps my channel. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Let's go eat this dessert though. Don't leave yet. Wait. Let's go eat dessert, and then I'll see you in my next video. I'm gonna use something else because this is mashing up my stuff. Chill. So just in case you guys think I'm lying, you're gonna get Kanaya's honest review of the keto caramel coconut caramel apple crisp.
Well, as a carb lover, I find
no, seriously, tell them the truth, because I don't want people to think I'm lying because it's my recipe.
So this actually tastes really good. It tastes like real pie.
See,
you can taste the apple in it.
See,
and it's like a cinnamon. It just tastes so good. It's just
try that recipe. Try
whipped cream on it.
Try. Yeah, and don't mind her satin cap. She said these are her quarantine rights. These are her quarantine rights to be able to wear her satin cap all day. But yeah, see you in my next video. Try the recipes. Let me know how they go.